CCPA GDPR Microsoft SQL Server Proxy released by DPIAComply, allowing Azure Cloud users to pass most any inspection from courts, regulators or auditors, and if needed, complete a 30-day cure. Be on your way to complete compliance in just months. SQL Server released today to complement our compliance proxies for Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL and MongoDB. Fear not the inevitable breach, knowing your customers' personal data is AES 256 encrypted and valueless to hackers. With the cloud breach rate nearing 70%, and predictions of a new cloud breach this year involving 1 billion customers, our proxy is substantial news. Our Proxy Quick-Protect allows analytics, e-commerce and apps to function normally after data is encrypted. Also, consent, right of erasure, usage, risk management and more. We are pointing to the SQL Server engine port, and as we can see by viewing the data in this file that the data is not encrypted at this time. After running a simple query on Lisa and her email, the results are non-encrypted as expected. Now, using our graphical interface, we connect with the SQL Server database, establish a connection, select the desired table, then select one or many patterns of personal data to search for and encrypt, and also add the value Lisa to search for and encrypt. We then run the job and it will call a Spring API and search the file for the selected patterns and values, and when found will encrypt them. This process can be run against data in motion or at rest. Here we can see what columns, the values and patterns found, and how many of each we encrypted and the total rows found in the file. As we refresh the table, we can see that Lisa and all the emails have been encrypted. Now, that the data is encrypted, as we run a query searching for Lisa, we find no results, as expected. Now we verify we have the proxy we want to use for SQL Server. We then start the proxy so we may use it for allowing non-encrypted data to work with encrypted data. We now verify we have the correct path for the SQL Server database engine. We then take the port number of the SQL Server proxy and replace the database port with the proxy port, so the proxy port intercepts the database packets and communication and controls the ability for the non-encrypted data to work with the encrypted compliant data. Now when we run the same query searching for Lisa, this time we get results and see Lisa and her email converted from encrypted data to decrypted readable data. Again, as we see in the SQL Server table, the data for Lisa and all the emails are still encrypted, and it was the work of the proxy that made it readable in the results of the query. If necessary and as needed, and only by authorized individual with authorized credentials, the interface or API can be run to decrypt a file or columns of a file, or even just certain values within a file, and you see the results now decrypted. We talk a lot of the importance of metadata. It is used when updates are made manually by ETL or development teams, by auditors, to use as proof to requesters that you executed their CCPA and/or GDPR rights, DPIA and DSER requirements, and much more. We have in store permanently comprehensive metadata and lineage. Beyond CCPA and GDPR compliance, we offer e-commerce, data lakes, warehouses, Hadoop compliance, analytics, machine learning, data scientists, W/obfuscation, under one Delta Lake Spark application. Discover and encrypt personal data for data in motion, IoT Kafka, and data at rest. Obfuscation, 1. Same encrypted value for selected personal data such as email for precise analytics yet disguising actual person. P2. Ability based on credentials to decrypt authorized column values for more precise analytics. 3. Apply more accurate ML, AI, predictive analytics and marketing. Eliminate DevOps cycle, budget and project timeframes. Deliver CCPA, GDPR compliance with encryption, consent, right of erasure, usage and more, along with your big data migration, ingestion from most platforms, production, IoT and other data sources. Starts delivering in hours. Processing billions of rows in hours, scalable to petabytes. DPIAComply proxy allows analytics, e-commerce and apps to function normally after data is encrypted in just weeks to months. No cost trials. Contact Steve at 847-791-7838.